I got more than I expected.
It's not possible to express in words. It feels like my natural state, as if everything that went before was a dream.
It's like somebody removed my rose-tinted spectacles and told me, look now, see how things really are.
These 2 weeks divide my year into 2 parts. I will return calmer, more peaceful, with clearer goals that I want to reach.
For me, it was a gift. I don't know if the word happy is suitable, but I'm really happy that I made it here.
It feels like you've known all these people all your life, maybe even not for just one life. Probably this is how it is.
I started working as a model when I was 19. I traveled, learned languages, was photographed and went on the catwalk. Places were different, but the work was the same. I wanted to improve because I had to look good. It's possible to work for a long time as a model, but if you look bad, you won't get very far. I was looking for a path to self-improvement that was healthy and more reasonable. It wasn't easy. My only joy was yoga. Yoga helped me to keep my body shape, to wake up in the morning in a good mood. I began to practice every day. I was practicing to the point that today I became a certified yoga teacher. Yogis are ideal models. They are all tall, lithe and with a straight back. I looked at them and noticed that they looked superb. Then I found that they were all vegetarian. I began to meet people. Once I met somebody who said, "Hi, I'm vegetarian." I replied, "Well done, you look well on it." I thought to myself, he's probably 22, 23 years old. And then he told me, I'm actually 32. I said, "Wow, how's that possible?" He said, "I haven't eaten meat for 10 years and it slows the aging process down." I said, "Really? Is that even possible?" I buy expensive skincare products and still get wrinkles. I found in yoga what I was looking for. Peace of mind, balance. Yoga slowed me down a bit. Every day was so eventful. I lived between home and work, sport, friends, clubs, parties, all the same. And yoga told me, hold on, don't be in such a hurry, live right now. I knew my career as a model would be over one day. I like yoga and I like yogis. They don't drink, don't smoke. They are all interesting people, light people. I felt good and I decided that I needed to develop. Half of my life I devoted to ballroom dancing. I was dancing for 15 years. Then I decided to change my life. I tried to be an office worker. I soon realized it wasn't for me, and then I wanted to work on my spiritual development. I made a dramatic change and I bought a one-way ticket to Asia and started my journey. That was the step that ultimately brought me here. I came back from my trip only a week ago. With the Om Yoga Club, I went traveling to various places connected to Buddha Shakyamuni in India and Nepal. During that trip, I got an intention to share the knowledge I gained there. The yoga teacher course is a way of getting competence, to learn how to be able to share the knowledge with people. I watched Andrew Verber's video about yoga. I became interested and watched all the videos. After a month of teaching, yoga became my dream. I knew one day I would join this course. My grandfather discovered the Om Yoga Club before me. He did his research about different yoga clubs, and he told me that the teachers were great here. He told me I should come here and learn because he trusted the teachers. Well, I trust my grandfather, So I said, yes, I will go.
I thought about it. Why here? Why come to Russia? I studied in Spain, and there you can study Iyengar yoga, Shivananda yoga. There are lots of types of yoga, and the exams are quite easy. I wrote to Andre and he supported me, but he told me a simple phrase: come here and you will get real knowledge, not only a certificate.
I applied for the yoga course at Ohm because I didn't find any sectarianism here. I went to the other courses before, learned different systems, met different people, and every time I ended up running away because I couldn't accept those who presented themselves as gurus. At Ohm Yoga Club, you have a good platform where you can learn but still have your own values, the values that are relevant to you. I found the videos with Roman Kosarev. I practiced according to those videos. Then watched the next videos with Katya Androsova. Katya amazed me. Her body shape is similar to mine. The way she was doing balance postures was amazing. Her leg goes here, then into straddle. I was thinking, wow, I could probably do that if I tried. I visited the website and was surprised by the amount of information. I watched all the videos, read about all the teachers. The information was presented in an obtrusive way. If you're interested, then please have a look. Find what is interesting for you, about asanas, spiritual knowledge, or a video about Mahabharata. I clicked on the link for literature and was hooked instantly. It was a pleasant surprise. There is a lot of literature in one place. Normally you collect information like little pearls in different places, on one website, then another, articles or books here and there, but you open ohm.ru and there is a lot of choice. Do you want this or that? Visit the page and read it for free. There is free access. You don't very often find something like that.
Approximately 3 years ago, I began practicing yoga. I thought, well, I've done all the asanas, but something is still missing. Then I found Andre Verber's lectures. It was like a bombshell. I thought, this is how it should be. For me, Om Yoga Club was like a light. Back then I had no possibility to come here, and even less to think about teaching. Om Club, particularly Andre and Katya, helped me a lot. This means a lot to me. In other schools, the focus is on asanas, postures. But what comes after the school isn't important. Other schools don't even talk about things like that. It's different here. There's a spirit of altruism, and I like it.
I always thought that in yoga you didn't need to attach to the personality of the teacher. That yoga was just a knowledge you got through different people and schools and choosing the best thing from them. All that information you can get on other courses is available. You can learn asanas, learn how to work with your own group. All this information is accessible everywhere in Moscow, in Russia, everywhere. The course of Om Club give you information you can't really find anywhere else, because people do not usually go into such depth. From the commercial point of view, talking about the law of karma or other sophisticated things is not beneficial, because not everyone wants to know about it. People feel comfortable living in their already formed outlook. Here, you make yourself to look into another layer of reality. All the videos I've seen about yoga focused on learning asanas and shatkarmas, but Andrei's video take a different direction. It's really serious. I have never thought about karma, reincarnation, tapas and asceticism. I have read about it before, but it never seemed real. After watching Andrei's videos, one after another, I felt as I had been asleep and that someone had just opened my eyes. It's all real. The old world is behind me, and the new one is opened up with new possibilities and new challenges. In the beginning, my husband told me that I had gone crazy. I didn't push my family too hard, because by pushing you will not achieve anything. But in a couple of months, my family adapted. I began to cook different food. The daily routine changed. I noticed that the conflicts stopped. It's not clear why we had conflicts before, but everyone became more peaceful. Of course, other problems came. My mom is a passionate meat eater, and she said that without meat, that we all will die and our little Vanya will not grow up to be healthy. But time has shown that he's fine, thank God. I got what I wanted, but I couldn't have foreseen that I would get knowledge on such a deep level. A big plus of the course is that it is so relevant for working yoga teachers. I have been teaching yoga for 3 years, and the course is very relevant to me, and for those who have some knowledge of yoga and want to become a teacher. I think even advanced teachers could come to this course and get new knowledge, to reevaluate and reach a new level. The program of the course is very well planned. The intensive schedule is very good. We don't have time to waste. So such pressure promotes quicker change. Intensive learning is the best if you want to develop quickly and can't wait for a better time or a better situation. Don't wait for tomorrow. Do it now.
I didn't think that in such a short time, just 2 weeks, you could transform from a receiver of yoga knowledge, someone who comes to learn from a teacher, into a giver of knowledge, into a teacher of yoga.
I think this way of learning is very effective. We are so focused here. There are no abstractions. I surprised myself that I absorbed so much information in such a short period of time. I was scared of the schedule. From 5 o'clock in the morning to 10 in the evening every day was scheduled. When I was told about it, I thought it was probably a mistake, that it was probably 5 a.m. to 5 p.m. But every day was very valuable. We were getting up before sunrise. The schedule was great. It was harmonious. I didn't expect that it would be so easy to get up. In the morning, when working with yourself, meditating, the asanas were easier to do. Breakfasts and lunches were at the right time. We were hungry. You don't overload yourself before exercise. I wish I had always had this rhythm in my life, as it is so satisfying. Hatha yoga practice was great. I learned a lot. The way of building your practice, teaching people how to build the posture, how to take care of your practitioners, about the rules and contraindications. The amount of information is colossal. The course is finished, and I now understand that I can be a teacher. Before coming here, I had no idea how it would be. I wanted to become a teacher, but couldn't visualize myself sitting in front of people as a teacher, a lecturer. Now I can see myself in the teacher's place. I know how to plan a lesson for beginners. I didn't know all the asanas, but I have a greater amount of information now. I know how to make practice easier or more advanced, what types of students can come, how to behave, and so on. Everything a teacher needs, I have. Before I came here, I hadn't much practice, but that doesn't really matter. It's important not to overreach and understand that a technique will come with time. It is important just to start on this path. The most important practice for me was morning meditation and chanting the Om mantra. It's all about personal practice, understanding that the energy of the people is interconnected.
Mantras create a certain mood. After chanting, you feel the harmony. I experienced an improvement in my well-being on a physical level, which helps in the process of learning.
The yogic practice of meditation and other things that our teachers told us can help to open new facets in the world inside you. Andrei Weber's lectures are most important because we talk about the most fundamental questions in our lives, not only the life of a yoga teacher, but in any person's life. There is an opportunity to listen to Andrei in real life and to ask questions. The answer to that question you might never get from anywhere else. It is a unique opportunity.
I've met a lot of yoga teachers. Before listening to a teacher, I would recommend looking at the way he lives. Many people talk beautifully, but they go home and they do not practice what they preach. I didn't want to become one of them. Andrei taught us how to avoid such mistakes. Whatever happens, you can stay afloat. That's the most important thing. He always speaks from his own experience. You know that difficulties will come, but you can overcome them. It's all possible.
Another positive feature of this course is that we got information from different people. Each and every one of them has their own view on reality.
It's true that we have different teachers. If we have a teacher with a certain perspective, it may look like they are trying to persuade us of that view. There are different points of view, and you can choose for yourself according to what makes most sense. You either like it or you don't. There are many sources where you can find information, reflect on it, and test it against your own experience, whether what that teacher said was right or wrong. There is also literature. You can get books provided by the yoga course, or you can buy them independently. I most like the lectures about personal practice because they were related to my personal experience. I taught yoga for about half a year. I had no understanding of what was going on with me. When I returned home after each class, I felt different. Things that were not good for my state of mind became interesting. Over 6 months, I became a different person. Yes, it's the truth, but it's the fruit of our own actions. As Andrei said, you need to have enough courage to go through difficulties with dignity.
The reason I came here is that I began teaching. My groups aren't big. My lessons are sometimes 1.5, 2 hours. Teaching takes a lot of time and power, even though it isn't a very advanced level of practice, with not much physical effort. Here I got answers. Now I know why I do it, and what I want to do with it. Andrei's talk was a warning, but it's a spiritual path. If you choose it, you have to tune yourself and begin walking it. Every job has its own difficulties, but this job is for the good. It's a great good deed for the benefit of other people. It's worth it. I have felt the energy exchange between people even before I found about yoga. After meeting a person who has a heavy energy, you might feel bad. It's a normal process. When you teach yoga, you can see this process consciously.
Yes, Andrei scared us a lot. I hope, apart from the main bonus, a good incarnation in a future life, we can have a bonus in this life also. Feeling satisfied that you are helping people, that they feel better, and that you are giving knowledge. Therefore, I believe everything will be fine. In everything you can find a positive moment. The teacher will also get joy and satisfaction. 2 weeks have gone, but I feel like I have been here half a year. I've met many sincere, positive people, people who are important in our time. It's nice to meet such focused people. It feels nice to know that we can communicate in the future, to get help and advise each other.
I've never met such people. I always felt like a bit of an outsider in a group. Here, it's the quintessence of people with the same ideas, to bring yoga to the world, to serve people. It's unreal to see the source where you can get this energy.
We feel that Aum Club is a big family. Many people come from different cities. It's great. You feel that you are part of something big. It's developing in many places in our big country. At the same time, they are independent from each other. It feels like you have been here for a long time. It's a natural state. Everything that has happened before this seems like a dream. It feels like you have known these people all your life, maybe for even more than one life. Maybe it's true.
The people who choose the yoga path, you cannot call strangers, because they also want to find answers to the big questions about life. Therefore, all people who ask these questions have something in common. There is that certain tendency. It's nice to see that we are not trying to pretend. Everyone takes a relaxed approach to the way the body looks, what you wear, and even what you eat. You attach value to those things while you're living in the city, in society. But here, you let those things go. Here we talk about important, interesting things. Things we probably talk about only with our closest friends. But here we talk about important things all the time. It's very nice to talk to people who read the same kind of books.
Life shows us that the friends who you meet through yoga last for a long time. Usually you meet friends at work. Then, when you change job, those friends stay in the past. Those I met through yoga still keep in touch.
This place is spiritual. The people here are different, not like the people I used to be around. I have no idea how I will manage back home. I will miss all the guys here.
I think the best place for a yoga course is away from the cities and even away from towns. Courses should be held in clean places, in nature, as it is here in the Aura Yoga Center. It's necessary because people feel uneasy in the city. Away from the city, you feel better. It's very productive to be here.
The place is divine. Just look around. Nature inspires and feeds us with energy. It helps us to stay on path. You go out in the morning feeling the fresh air, the chirping, even the mosquitoes, which were very annoying in the beginning, stopped biting.
I didn't want to stay in the city because there are constant distractions. Family, friends and so on. Even if you try to avoid it, you still have to come home to a block of flats and people. I read about how to get here. I had to change bus a few times. I've never lived in the forest before, never been camping. I read about the place and thought, that's it, it's my destiny.
I live in Norilsk. There is a reserve there. If you get the bus, then walk for about 3 hours, you can see mountains. When you stand on a mountain, you understand that all that life in society down there is so full of emptiness. It's insignificant. It will all pass. It's like a speck of dust in the ocean. It's all total vanity. We live in the wrong places. We need to live in places like this. Here we live in a perfect condition. But the picture will change when we come back home. Each and every one of us will have their own story, their own family, their own town. We will return to the situation we left behind. I think it's then the serious yoga will begin. I am a bit scared. What will I be like when I return? Will I be able to hold on to my path? Here I feel like I'm at home. I don't want to leave. Everyone here is so close to me, like my family. We have common ground, and it's important. My energy is not wasted. For me, it was a true gift. I was working hard to win this right to come here. It was a long way. I don't know if happiness is the right word, but I'm really happy to be here. My physical body is a bit tired, but my internal happiness more than makes up for it. I want to come here again many times.
I will return home a different person. These 2 weeks have divided the year into 2 halves. I will leave more calm, more peaceful and with clearer goals. Therefore, I believe these 2 weeks have not been in vain.
My values have changed dramatically. I thought that it was important to have a large income, to travel, to be in contact with important people and stars. It was so important to me. But here, my views were turned upside down. It feels like someone said to me, "Marina, look inside yourself, not outside. Here is your world." I got goose skin. I feel so much gratitude for this meeting. To be honest, when I came here, I was still that ordinary Marina. I was irritated. I didn't like some things. The water was cold. I asked myself, what am I doing here? I didn't have enough comfort. But now I value even the simple piece of toast with butter, which you get for breakfast. Before I wasn't vegetarian, and I ate well. I spoiled myself. My relationship with food has changed. Food doesn't need to be sophisticated. When there is a food, it's great. You can have simple buckwheat sprouts. To be absolutely honest, I feel like I was born again. This reevaluation of ideas feels like somebody has removed my rose-tinted spectacles and told me, look now, see how things really are. I'm endlessly happy for this state of mind. The most important thing is to not lose my way back at home in the city. I will try to save this energy, because I feel a responsibility to myself and to people I meet in life. understand that if I began to burn my lifetime again, it will not end well.
I have noticed that there are more yoga teachers in the world right now, even among my friends and relatives. Friends from my town have already become teachers, and that motivated me to join them.
In society, yoga is still not taken as something normal. It will become gradually an everyday part of life. We have a big country. Some guys came from small places where people have no idea about yoga and why we need it. I think it's a great thing that people from small places came here. They are not afraid to go back and work there.
Should there be more teachers? If the teacher is good and he understands what he is doing and what it is for, if the teacher sees the target and explains everything well, because there are loads of teachers who have no students. I don't want to be one of them. I want to be a teacher who has students who I can help. If there will be more teachers, there will be more people who practice yoga, so I support this movement.
Yoga means practice. It means development. I definitely hope more people come to this course. It's not necessary to come to Om Club. It's just I was lucky enough. I also wanted to go to India and was searching for ashrams and yoga universities. I had no idea that here in Russia I could get such knowledge.
When you get this knowledge, you really have to share it with somebody else. Therefore, people who finish the course have to try to teach. It's a bit scary. It should motivate you to be prepared for the lesson. I remember how nervous I was when I went to teach for the first time. Can't even explain it. You feel yourself talentless, stupid, incapable of teaching people, not advanced in asanas. But then you go and do it, and you can see that people's consciousness changes. The way they look before and after yoga, I can't even explain it. Even if you're not sure whether or not to go for the yoga teacher's course, you should go. If you understand that it's not your thing, you can still improve your practice. If you feel it's for you, you can start teaching, even if you don't have many students. They can still get knowledge from you. Even if people don't accept you, you will gain physical health, peace of mind. If you keep digging, you can discover who you really are, what you were made for, why you came to this world. If you practice yoga, the people around you will become better. People will feel your energy. It will influence them. One day, they will start doing yoga. I tested this on my own family. My mum started practicing and became vegetarian. My two brothers couldn't stop smoking, and no one could change their mind. As Andre Verber said, you have to practice more. So I did, and my brothers stopped smoking and drinking, and their circle of friends changed. Let it start from your family. Every member of your family has a friend. It will spread. I didn't believe in it at first, but it works.
We got a lot of information about the difficulties you will face on this path. But you shouldn't be afraid, because every difficulty is your opportunity to go just beyond your limit. If you avoid these obstacles, you will get stuck on the same level. If you want to progress, just clench your teeth and go do it. If you haven't practiced for a long time and your asanas are not going very well, still come to this course. If you start teaching, it will all go. Your practice will be better and you will get an unbelievable amount of knowledge. It's worth all the effort and all the difficulties. But if you are a yoga practitioner, then it's a part of your life and you cannot have any arguments against the yoga teacher path.